Hey everybody, welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie. Happy Monday. It is Monday. We've had a long weekend, an incredible weekend. We're in Kentucky. We were learning and growing with our team. We were learning mindset. We had just had an incredible weekend. And so we got to hear from 3 different, I would say, personal development, personal growth, mindset speakers, along with our CEO and so many other people. So right now we are going to go through this book. We are on chapter 2 if you're following along. If you're following in the book, I'll tell you exactly which page we're on in just a second. But we got to learn and hear from somebody named 𝗟𝗫. Super popular. I'm sure you've heard of him or have seen him on Instagram or Facebook or other platforms. He was incredible. If you've never heard of him, go look him up. We've also listened to Joseph McClendon III. He came in and spoke to us. Incredible. A lot of it is about, and all of this, just so you know, is about mindset and growth. And I'm going to tell you something in a second that this book that we're going to dive into talks about, because if you're wanting success in any area of your life, you're going to have to work on your mindset. You don't just, I shouldn't say that. I would say like 95% of things that you see in people, where they're at, if you're like, how did they get there? They got lucky. It isn't luck. I was laughing with a girl yesterday and I said, the man that was speaking, have you guys heard of 𝗏𝗏? Incredible. So we heard from 𝗏𝗏 as well. And he said he walked us through his journey of life. And if you look at him today, if you look at anybody on social media, or maybe you're just looking at somebody at your office or somebody you work with or a family, if you look at somebody, oftentimes we go, you think their success was overnight. You might look at them and go, oh my goodness, they have everything. They're so successful. How did they get that? They got lucky, right? And as 𝗏𝗏, 𝗟𝗫, Joseph McClendon, they all walk you through their story of their life. It's not an overnight success. And I laugh and I said, most people don't think of the 20 years. So it's like a 20-year overnight success, right? So as you're following people, as you're on social media, remember, you don't know the work that somebody put in to look a certain way, to feel a certain way, to the things that they're posting. And not everything that people post is real, right? And so I want you to know, a lot of you, some of you may compare your health journey to somebody else's. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. Why is their body responding faster than mine? And so remember, everybody is on their own journey. The only way you fail is if you quit. I believe the number one, hands down, most important thing is to work on your personal development so that you don't quit, so that you don't compare, so that you don't give in, and that you become a better version of you. That's the outcome, right? You to become a better version of you so that you can overflow and inspire other people around you. All right? This is the book that we're in. The Magic of Thinking Big. We are in the middle of chapter 2. We're just going to go through one section of it. So it was talking about, I think we said this on Friday. I think it was Friday. Cure yourself from excusitis, or some of you said excuse-itis, the failure disease. What excuse are you making that allows you to let yourself off the hook? What excuses are you making that allows you to go, it's just excuses, right? And the more that you do it, the more you let yourself off the hook, the more you're like, I'll always be like this. Oh, it's always going to be me. Oh, it's because of this. So on Friday, we talked about our health. We talked about not blaming things on because I was raised this way, I was born this way, it's in my family, it's in my genes. So the next spot he talks about is, he said, most people blame not having success on how smart they are, their IQ or their intelligence. And something that I've realized too in talking to people here on the Keto Mom page is oftentimes people will say, well, I don't know what to do. I'm not smart enough. I don't know where to find the answers. Do not ever blame your success on the lack of intelligence. He's going to talk about that in a second. Is this making sense? First of all, where are you tuning in from? How is your morning? Why don't we start with gratitude? I want you to say one thing you're thankful for. We did a lot of gratitude this weekend because a happy heart is a healthy heart. Share below. What are you thankful for? We actually are going to pack up as soon as we're done here. We're going to drive to Ohio. So our girls came with us to Kentucky. They were here for a couple days. My sister drove down. If you saw on my stories, she grabbed the girls and took them to Ohio. So now we're going to go from Kentucky to Ohio, and then we'll go back to Minnesota. And then we're probably done driving for a little bit. If you've been following our story, we've been traveling for about a month. Yes, you're thankful for your health. I am thankful for my health as well. I will never, ever, ever not be thankful for being healthy. Oh, you're so sweet. I love it. All right, as you're sharing what you're thankful for, we're going to talk about, or we're talking about success. Well, the magic of thinking big. And here's something that he says that I thought was great. What really matters is not how much intelligence that you have, but how you use what you have. The thinking that guides your intelligence is much more important than the quality of your brain power. He tells a whole bunch of stories, but in just a couple pages over, he says, why should I fill my brain with, so oftentimes people say, I'm not smart enough, I need to go back to school. Maybe I should become a nutritionist. Then that will help me reach my goals. Maybe I should take some class. It's not that you shouldn't take classes. He's like, listen, I'm not telling you not to go to school. He said, oftentimes we think we have to know all of these facts and collect all of the things in our brain before we can have success in any area of our life. And he says that's not the case. He says, why should I fill my brain with facts that I can find in 2 minutes in a standard reference book, or I would say online, when, he says, Einstein taught us a big lesson. Einstein says he felt it was more important to use your mind to think than to use it to warehouse facts. I thought that was a great little, who's a brilliant man. He says the ability to know how to get information is more important than using the mind as a garage for facts. There is no shortage of information on how to get healthy, how to be strong, how to lose weight. There's no shortage of information, right? You can go look it up. He said, go look it up for 2 minutes. Here's the kicker. I wonder if you know what I'm going to say. You learn something. So I taught this weekend. I had the opportunity to teach a couple times. And one of the things I said was we have to remember 3 words when you're taking notes, when you're learning things, when you are seeking after wisdom and knowledge, when you are going after goals, is we learn. This weekend we learned a ton. We do it. You not only take action, but you put it into activity every day. So I learned that from Joseph McClendon this weekend. And I've learned it before, and I don't know why it's stuck right now. He says anybody can take action. Anybody. You can take action for a couple days. You can take action for a week. It's great. But he goes, sometimes people want this instant gratification. So then they stop because they don't see the results they want quickly. He says you have to take the action into activity, and activity has to be forever flowing, no matter what. Not because I get to June and I didn't take these last 90 days seriously, and now all of a sudden I'm not where I want to be, so I'm just going to throw my hands in the air and be done. If you truly want to be healthy, if you are here for fat loss or anything health related, I am going to challenge you to get your mindset out of it's going to happen in 2 weeks, it's going to happen in a couple months. You're going to see results as you go, but I would challenge you to think long term and go, will I give myself a year to get healthy? A year. Remember, you did not get here overnight. You're not going to get there overnight. There's lots of things that play a part in your health. And if you have lost the weight and gained the weight and lost the weight and gained the weight, your body has to go, all right, is she serious? Is he going to really take this seriously? Are we going to do this for 2 weeks and then we're done? Or are you committed to the process, enjoying the process of working on your mindset, learning as you go, implementing things and creating activity long-term so that you don't quit for a year? I said on March 1st, let's give it 90 days. We're almost to summer. But you're not going to quit when June comes. You're not going to quit when the summer is here. You're going to keep going. Right? There's so many little things. Basically, he just talks about there's no, like, people of intelligence don't have a leg up on you. Oftentimes we look at people and use this excuse that I'm not as good as them. He says, my attitudes are more important than my intelligence. He says, at home, at work, practice positive attitudes. See the reason why you can do it, not the reason why you can't do it. Develop an I'm winning attitude. Put your intelligence to create positive use. Use it to find ways to win, not to improve, not to prove you will lose. You've got to change your words that are coming out of your mouth. You've got to change the thought patterns. There's so many things that we learned this weekend. I've got so many notes, so I'm going to start incorporating them as we go. And so one thing I wrote down is success leaves footprints or tracks. It's really footprints or tracks. Like the people that you may look at, if you're looking at somebody online and you don't know them and it makes you angry, stop watching them. I love to tell people, especially on our team, I want you to watch people with an open mind to learn from them and then do the activity, do the things that they have either said to do or they are doing. Right? You follow, I think this, how does the minefield thing go? Like, if you want to walk through a minefield, you follow somebody who's already gone through a minefield. Is that right? If you want to do something, what?
You'd rather follow somebody.
Right. You would rather follow somebody that's already done it. You don't want to recreate the wheel. Don't look at people and get frustrated because they have something that you want. Look at them, if you can look at them with an eye of, I want to learn. Oh, this was a really great phrase. I think 𝗂𝗁 said it. He said, oftentimes we look at people two different ways. We either look at them with envy, and it's going to spiral your mindset out of control to be angry and upset and give you an excuse to quit. Or you look at them to study them. Study them, watch what they're doing, and then do the activities they're doing to get you the success that you want. Follow the people in front of you. It's going to help you go further faster. So don't mess up good for perfect. Don't try to be perfect, but just messy action, right? Oh, this is what they're doing. I'm going to do it. I might not be perfect at it, but I'm going to implement it into my life. So, all right. We will continue on in the book tomorrow. We're still in chapter 2. It's kind of long. He really basically is going to tell you that age doesn't matter. Like the excuses people use are their health is bad, they're not smart enough, they are either too old or too young. That's really it. And then the next chapter is build confidence and destroy fear. We'll probably dive into that because I'll touch base on the whole age thing. But we need to destroy fear so that you can take action and have results. That's the outcome, right? So I hope you have an incredible day. I love hopping on with you. This makes me happy. Mindset and reading makes me happy. Actually, ketones make me happy. Actually, tell me this. What makes you happy? Or what do you feel like would make you happy? I want to know. Share below. My kids make me happy. The community that I was around this weekend makes me so happy and joyful. I'm looking at my ketones right here. Those really make me happy. They make me a better mom. What makes you happy? And we're going to seek out more of that. As long as it's ethical. All right. All right. I hope you guys have a great morning. As always, you can send me a message with questions or any questions that you have. Continue to tune into the page for any keto or low carb recipes, tips, or tricks, and I'm here to help. Have a good morning, and we'll see you later.